Hey there everybody, Eric from Outer Limitless coming at you today with another video. Now in a prior video we took a look at some awesome boots from the company Nortiv8, and well, since that point, I have literally had these Rock 4 boots on my feet ever since, pretty much continuously. And when I say on my feet continuously, like I put my boots on first thing in the morning and I usually don't take them off until literally right before I go to bed, and that's not until about midnight. So I wear these boots quite a bit. I've been extremely happy with Nortiv8 as a company and with their boots, but today we're going to look at a couple other models in their winter lineup. So here, these are the Mountaineer. Now, I got these Mountaineer boots for my son, so they're sized hopefully for him. These are a gift for him to enjoy his winter with nice warm feet. Excellent features, nice and sort of fur lined, just good, durable, tall boots, water resistant, waterproof, absolutely perfect for him. But for me, these are the Hudson. Again, a winter style, little more my kind of design. Again, nice tall boot, fur lined, and they say these can go down to pretty cold temperatures, so I think this is going to work out very well. Again, a waterproof boot and ready for some good winter action, and already I can see by this tread I'm going to like that. If you saw my initial video, I said I don't like super aggressive tread. Well, this is just about perfect. So what we're going to do, I'm going to get these ready for field use. I'm going to try these on, see if they fit my feet. Hopefully they fit about as well as the Rock 4 boots did. And then I'm going to put these to some good action. It's time to get out there, time to enjoy winter, both for me and for my son with these Nortiv8 winter boots. But with that said, I have a whole bunch to do and a whole bunch to share with you. And if you're interested in seeing a little bit more about what I'm about to get into, do me a favor, stay tuned. Now, before we get too far, I would like to say thank you very much to the people at Nortiv8 who did provide these for review. And so again, the Mountaineer and the Hudson, pretty different in terms of the style, the design, the overall philosophy, the type of boot, the tread. Everything about these completely different, with the exception being both of these are winter boots and nicely insulated. The capability to keep my feet, keep my son's feet good and warm, that is going to be absolutely instrumental in the success for these boots. And so as we get into these boots, this here again, the Mountaineer. Now I got these in a size 9 for my son. He's almost 13. His feet are definitely growing, so he's got himself a nice large foot at this point. Got to get him the good winter boots. He's grown out of the old ones, and this is going to be his upcoming pair. So again, the Mountaineer. Now, I did like the fact that these are very tall, and as you take a look at the inside, these do have 200 grams of 3M thinsulate insulation. Now again, this is also a nice waterproof or definitely water resistant design. We'll have to see how these hold up over time. And the other thing that's really nice, the fact that these are fur lined, so very soft on the inside. Now if you take a look at Nortiv8's website, they do say these boots should be good down to about -25 degrees Fahrenheit. Now that's certainly going to be a push for any boot. I don't care what it is, but I will be definitely interested to see how these work in the cold, how my son's feet feel, and I can tell you he generally does have cold feet in the winter. But as we look through the rest of the construction here, Nortiv8 has done a very nice job. And when I talk about my Rock 4 boots, I've been wearing them now for a couple of months, and I have greatly enjoyed them, and they're holding up fantastic. Now, Nortiv8 does say that everything is seam sealed, and you can see over molded rubber here, so good and durable. It seems to be what they're saying a TPR outsole. So this outsole here, a TPR outsole. And take a look at the tread here. Very nice pattern. Reasonably aggressive, all things considered. Actually pretty darn aggressive, and a nice tread. Now I did find that with my Rock 4 boots, again, Nortiv8 doing a fantastic job with the grip on all surfaces. I think that's absolutely going to be the case here with these Mountaineer boots. Simple lace design, and again, what I like that Nortiv8 does, These here are not exactly chrome, but they're kind of a blackened chrome, and I like that look a lot. They're not super bright, super loud, but it just has a little bit of a pop, but at the same time, just darkened enough that it's stylish and cool. I do suspect we're going to find a little bit of reflectivity here, so as you can see, that bit of a reflective nature, and it definitely looks a little bit brighter on camera than it does to the naked eye, and that's probably just a fact of that reflective nature. And Nortiv8 does say that the overall height here is roughly, and they're saying 9.84 inches tall. Now, as I take a look here real quick, they're saying from the arch. So a quick measurement here. I mean, I would say they're taller than that, but it's hard to say for sure. So a little over 10 inches of protection, in my opinion. That's solid. These should do a real nice job. And coupling not just the laces with the fact that you have this sort of drawstring and keeper enclosure to pull everything tight on top, that's awesome. So again, looking forward to getting these to my son. But, well, what about me? Now again, these are the Hudson, another waterproof design. Again, fur lined, and again, supposedly good to down around what they're saying is, I guess, negative 25 degrees Fahrenheit, but we'll see. Now, they do say that these are around a 13-inch height, and that gets me a little bit confused because, of course, they're not nearly as long or as tall as the Mountaineer. So I think their stats on the Mountaineer here were a little bit off, and remeasuring this real quick, if I had to guess, probably closer to about 13 inches in overall height. Now, as I loosen these up, taking a look at the inside, again, that nice fur lining. Now, these do not necessarily say that they are Thinsulate lined like the other ones. The other ones, again, are about 200 grams of that Thinsulate insulation here. But at the same time, I do think that these should be fairly good for me. Now, it depends on my excursion. It depends on how far I'm going and how deep I'm going. I do oftentimes go deep into the mountains and really do rely on boots to keep my feet warm. At length, at really, I mean, a couple days on end being in the snow, in the cold, freezing weather, wind blown cold at that. So we'll see how these work for me. Now, I'll probably have to test them locally just to make sure. But at the same time, I think these should be pretty good. Oh, here we go. Flipping it over. There you go. Look at the front right there. That's your 200 grams of Thinsulate insulation. So again, just the same as the other boots. So yeah, I'm hoping these are going to be just a good quality option for me. Now again, I do definitely like this tread. It says slip resistant, oil resistant. I like this tread pattern a lot. I actually think this is going to work out fairly well. I'll be very interested to see how these perform where they're not that aggressive, but at the same time, a lot of quality surface area. And the other thing that's going to be really interesting for me, I wear a lot of snowshoes, I wear crampons, I wear micro spikes. How will these perform for that need? And there are like little lips and grooves and things that should index pretty well and hopefully grab onto these boots when I need to use them. So overall, I love the styling. I think this boot looks awesome. It's kind of a gray color with black. They do have a few different versions, and generally speaking, pretty straightforward as far as the laces. But a nice looking boot, very, very nicely constructed, and I am really excited to get these out in the colder weather. And so with that general overview, let's get these outside for some field use. And so it's one thing to have a nice pair of boots, and it's another thing if they don't fit. And what I can definitely say about Nortiv8 boots, so far from what I can tell, they are very true to size. So I typically myself, I wear around a size 12 men's, and here I have a Nortiv8 size 12. These are absolutely, literally the exact perfect size. Now, there's not a lot of surprises. Everything here pretty straightforward. These are your standard, call them paracord style laces. They're not exactly paracord, but that style of laces, I do like these much better than typical flat laces. And you can see as I get these on my feet, they actually fit very, very well. And you could say fit like a glove. Well, I mean, it's more fit like a good quality and comfortable pair of boots. And as I get everything into place and get these ready for some good quality field use, I am very happy with how these feel. So not just the overall comfort of the insulation, but the fit. And that is going to be critical, as I do plan on using these for deep mountain excursions. The ability not just to keep my feet warm, not just to keep my feet dry, but keep my feet comfortable mile after mile after mile of hiking. I think these Nortiv8 boots are going to work out extremely well. And I have to say, on top of all of that, they look really good. These are stylish boots. I love the aggressive look, and I think these are actually a really wonderful addition to my boot lineup. So far, very good from the people at Nortiv8. But, well, what about my son? I think I have a pair of boots for him to check out, too.
I wonder. Boots!
Let's take them out and see what they look like.
These look cute.
I don't know. Try it on.
Try it on?
Try it on.
Are those that size? I did.
Stand up. Not that big, are they?
Wow, they really fit.
Yeah, no kidding. Wow.
They're soft and
Your feet are getting big, honey.
This looks like a size 13, you know?
What size is
Are
it?
they soft inside?
Yes. Very.
What size are they?
I don't know.
Alright, my turn.
They fit?
Yeah.
Do they
And so
feel
now
good?
as we turn the corner into the field use. Again, these are winter boots, so being insulated, you're not going to wear them in really warmer conditions. I would say for me, anything really above maybe 40 degrees. Now at this point, I did use these for a number of just basic and general tasks, moving about, driving around. They're a little bit large for my ability to drive with them, but at the same time, if you're careful, you can definitely do it. Here you can see we did get a little bit of snow, not a huge amount, but enough that it did aid in my ability to appropriately test these. Test them for traction, test them for water resistance. And it was cold enough that at that point, I'm actually testing them for warmth as well. And well, I mean, basic tasks, just running up and down the driveway as we're bringing out the trash, but that's the last time you want to slip and fall in the driveway. So having good, reasonable traction, absolutely a must. And I'm wearing my boots at the same time. You can see my son is wearing his, and they did have a little bit of a reflective nature to it. So definitely very cool. Now again, these for me, I definitely like to test my boots in a number of scenarios that somewhat simulate what I'm going to tend to use them for in the mountains. Now, I'm not going to say that this is even remotely close to that, but it's at least enough to get these outside and enjoy them. I'm out here, beautiful morning, absolutely gorgeous, just going for a little hike and enjoying my Nortiv8 winter boots. Now, as you can imagine, it is very wet. It's not crazy cold today, and the sun is definitely warm enough that it's melting all the snow after we had a nice little snowstorm. So these are perfect for a day like today where I want my feet to be nice and comfortable. I want my feet to stay absolutely dry. I want a little more height on my boots to really help with that particular fact. And we're testing these out today for traction, for overall just quality, comfort, warmth, and my general impressions. And so as I continue on with my little day excursion, you can see I am using these on a number of different types of terrain. And as much as everything else, it was pretty wet in a number of areas. So that really did give me a great opportunity to test them for water resistance. Now, when I go into the mountains, I do spend a lot of time with river crossings, stream crossings, and things that may get my feet wet. So having the good water resistance is absolutely critical. And again, not that this is all that steep, but at the same time, going up and downhill over a number of different terrains, this tread pattern is definitely effective. It's not the most aggressive, but at the same time, a good amount of surface area and doing a nice job as I walk through the snowy terrain. And you can see again, just trying to test these on a number of different surfaces, making sure they didn't slip, making sure I got reasonable grip overall. And again, the Nortiv8 boots doing a very nice job. Comfortable, good over roots, good over leaves, good over the snowpack, and again, everything through all the sort of wet terrain. So the Nortiv8 boots definitely performing. And today was one of those days where it started kind of cold, but it was warming up just a little bit. And more than anything else, I gotta tell you, as a gear tester and a gear reviewer, I love the fact that it just makes me get outside and enjoy nature. And here I found myself a cool little lay. You can see here there were some deer, a little game trail, just the different things I get to do while I'm out here testing my gear and enjoying these Nortiv8 boots. But again, you can see time and time again, getting through the water, these tough little areas, my need to navigate across the water, and I had absolutely no problem with water getting into my boots. These performed extremely well. So not that it's the greatest test, but this is a pretty good testament to the overall quality and capability of these boots. And the last thing to consider is, after all of this, well, how much do I really get trapped in the tread? A fair amount. Not a huge amount, but this is an indication of what you might drag into your vehicle, drag into your house, or if you wear these to work, you're dragging stuff into the office. So the ability to clear the tread, a little hit or miss, but at the same time, not too bad. Now this is where we turn the corner a little bit. My son wanted to test his boots out a little bit and help me with some of this testing. Again, not too snowy here, but it was cold enough that we definitely wanted to leverage these to keep his feet warm. And well, you can see here, as we get to a little bit of a remote location, enjoying some time at the river, this is where he decided it was time to really put these boots to a little bit of a test for the overall water resistance, waterproof capability. Well, let's see how this goes.
Spot here. Yeah, they're waterproof.
Pretty good. I mean, you're like what, 6 inches deep?
I don't know, maybe.
At least, right?
Yeah.
That's good. No problem?
I don't even feel the temperature of the water.
Nice. Yeah, because the water's got to be kind of cold.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty cold. Maybe 40.
I'm not gonna go any farther. Oh, water seeping in.
You went too deep?
No, but it's, yeah, my feet are wet now. Great.
Yeah, but you were all the way up to here.
Oh yeah, my feet are really wet.
You think so?
No, they are. I can feel it seeping through.
Or do you think it's cold?
Oh no, it's wet. Oh no, it's wet. Well, we found the limit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely wet.
Oh, it's like wet.
Yeah, it's wet.
Yeah. It's not pouring out, but that is definitely...
Yes.
Yeah, it's wet.
Wet, yeah. Well, we found the limit.
And good testing.
Yes. I'm gonna take this one off now. That's also wet.
Let me see. Equally wet.
Equally wet.
And so, like all good testing, we went just a little too far. But in all reality, that was not an entirely fair test. And I do have to say, these Nortiv8 boots are absolutely fantastic. I mean, for the general use and the intended use and the things that you're supposed to be doing with these boots, no problem. Generally water resistant and waterproof enough. And if you're gonna go all the way up to pretty much the top of the boots, you can expect some problems in standing water and if you're walking into a river. But it was cool to try it, and you know what? I give these boots a lot of credit. I have actually, gotten these fairly well submerged, and they've done a nice job. They've kept my feet more than comfortable. Fantastic in terms of the quality and the comfort. These are absolutely awesome. A little bit stiff maybe, just in terms of the support. There's a lot of the insulation in here that does make your boots stiff, but that's going to be the case. It doesn't matter what brand of boots you get that are insulated. They're just going to be a little bit stiff. But my feet generally more than warm enough. That's another thing. So comfortable, warm, water resistant, and the traction. Absolutely fantastic. I actually really love this tread pattern. It works out extremely well. So just a couple last data points that I'm personally curious about. Like, for example, my ease of using these with snowshoes. You can see here, these are going to work out very well where they have just a little bit of a lip on the back to help everything index. The straps going over these with no problem and fitting in here wonderfully. And what about micro spikes? Same thing. These are extra large micro spikes. They fit on here, no problem. Index onto the bottom of the boot very well. They're nice and firm and secure. And these are going to give me the perfect additional traction. And keeping in mind the fact that my boots of this type of caliber and winter boots, I do typically try to use when I get out into the mountains. So having the alternate means of traction is going to be absolutely critical. And so again, after all the use with my Nortiv8 boots, not just with the winter boots, but my daily wear, I absolutely am extremely happy with the quality, the comfort, and the price point of Nortiv8 boots. You really can't beat it. And so again, I would like to say thank you very much to the people at Nortiv8 who did provide these for review. And for the rest of you, if you like this content, do me a favor, take a look at my Outer Limitless 2 channel, which is more on the tactical and firearm side of things. At this point, that channel is growing quickly. I have a ton of videos up there, so if you like what you see here on Outer Limitless, do me a favor and check me out on Outer Limitless 2. So alright guys, thanks for stopping by. I hope you like what you saw. I hope you found it a little bit informative. If you like what you saw, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for stopping by. Take care now. I'll see you soon.